Hey everyone, look on the screen. You see a man here, age 79. 79, and it says Williams Island condo owner. So what's the number of $224,000? Why is that on the screen? Listen to this, please.
Some South Florida condo owners are being hit with six-figure assessments that are forcing them to flee.
The situation is leaving many unable to sell or afford the staggering cost. Local 10 News investigator Jeff Wines here has the numbers.
Sleepless nights?
Sleepless nights? Every night. I don't know where we're going to live or how we're going to live.
Howard Konitz never thought he'd be in this situation at 79 years old.
We can't afford it. We can't afford it. We're going to go broke.
Konitz and his wife Sheila have lived in their 2-bedroom, 2-bath Williams Island condo for 10 years. The retired couple had their financial future all planned out.
Elevator modernization.
That was until they were recently hit with a special assessment. The total assessment for the apartment we're sitting in is what?
Approximately $224,000.
When you say that number, can you believe it?
No. Not at all.
That's on top of their monthly maintenance that's gone from $1,500 to $3,000.
We never anticipated to have this escalation.
According to Condo Doc's assessments in Mediterranean Village in Williams Island, where Konitz lives, are as high as $400,000 for just one apartment. Projects budgeted for his building include everything from consultants to roofing, concrete restoration, elevator modernization, termite treatment, and $700,000 alone for landscaping.
Somebody also told me, well, if you're not able to pay, you shouldn't be living here.
The assessments at Williams Island can't be passed on to a potential buyer. Konitz has had his condo on the market and has dropped the price several times. He was turned down for a reverse mortgage by a lender due to strict condo rules.
Maybe I can give it away for pennies on the dollar.
He is not alone. This listing at the Cricket Club in North Miami discloses a $134,000 assessment. A new Florida law enacted after the 2021 collapse of the Champlain Towers in Surfside mandates increased building inspections and reserve funding for condo buildings. The rules come with a hefty price tag for owners of older buildings. Have you ever seen numbers like this?
No.
Susie Friedel has been a realtor for 50 years. She's a mediator for the Miami Board of Realtors and the Florida Supreme Court. What is the assessment on the apartment that you have for sale?
Just about $290,000. There needs to be assessments. The problem is they've done too much at one time. The boards have gotten so nervous about all this that now they're doing everything at once.
There is no comment on camera from the association. In a brief phone conversation, association president Mike Siegel said, quote, "We wouldn't be doing it if we didn't have to. It's not like we're stealing people's money."
Well, in my opinion, they might be stealing your home. Let's talk about it. A friend of mine said, hey, guess what? I've been thinking about it. I'm going to go ahead and do it. What you going to do? Move to Florida, the Sunshine State. Yay. So I said, you're looking at condos? Oh, yeah, a whole lot of them for sale. Yeah, of course they are. I said, let me tell you now, as a friend, you might want to rethink things. Here's the deal. A lot of people, when they buy the condos now, you're thinking, oh, that's their assessment, but I'm buying it. It's going to be new for me. Here's what's going to happen. And I told a friend of mine this here. Each state is different. Now, I am not a realtor, so I'm not giving you real estate advice. I'm not giving you financial advice, none of that fun stuff. So I'm just going to share with me my understanding as I know in speaking with realtors and doing some research. So, a lot of condos are for sale because people are trying to get rid of them. That is totally understandable. Okay? Totally understandable. I said, however, this might be the part that you're missing. When you go to buy the condo, you still have to pay that assessment. So like in here, the assessment is $134,000. So the reason that there are so many condos available in the state of Florida is because once you buy the condo, that assessment is then transferred to the new owner. And from my understanding, it's no guarantee that they're going to finance it. You see what I mean? Yeah. So we've seen assessments from in Orlando, 22,000 been reported. Other places, I think was at Pinellas, $60,000 assessment. And just like this man on the screen, guess what everyone was saying about those assessments? People are calling their neighbors and they were all saying one thing in common: they don't have the money. Just like this man on the screen, they do not have the money for the assessments. They don't. And don't forget, on top of that, the HOA has then also increased from $1,500 to this guy to $3,000. So now you have a whole new assessment to look at. Okay, so it's like a double punch. So my friend said to me, and this is why I think it's very important to get an understanding. My friend said to me, I'm not going to worry about it because guess what? They can go ahead and try to negotiate. And I'm like, this is not like you have in your state property taxes where you can try to negotiate and say, oh no, let's do it. I'm like, no. The HOA is very powerful. So it's not like property taxes. You can go ahead, go down there and try to appeal. It's not working like that. I'm sorry to tell you. If that's your mindset, it's not working like that. Now, here's what I want to say. In the state of Florida, my understanding, my research, and speaking with realtors, the HOA is very powerful. I did a video on the Simply Said 2 channel, and they talked about that, and the lady was like, oh, it's going to be a whole lot of foreclosures. Of course there are. And why is that? Yes, because guess what? The HOA, I do not care if you have purchased your condo outright. It does not matter. Even if you are financing, you have a mortgage on that condo and you are financing that mortgage with the bank. News flash for you, the HOA will still take the condo. So that means you've been paying your mortgage. The HOA will foreclose and they can legally take that condo. But I financed it. When the lady was saying on a prior video, a news report, that, oh, there's going to be a whole lot of foreclosures. But I'm still paying. She's right. Because if the HOA has that much power, they can take it from the bank, so the bank can go ahead and pay it, or the bank will be at a loss. But if you're thinking, well, not if if my friend was thinking, well, no, I'm going to keep on paying the mortgage, and they're just going to go ahead and put a lien on it, and they're going to lien you out the door. HOA can foreclose. Even if, I kid you not, check it out. And if I'm wrong, but my understanding, the HOA can still foreclose. Even if you still owe the bank. So it's not going to be, well, they can't take it because I'm paying the bank. You might want to check and see the HOA can foreclose even if you are paying the bank on time. They have that much power. That's why it's a major concern. That's why people are scrambling. As he said, he can't give it away. So the HOAs are being transferred. This is what you're dealing with. So yeah, so I told a friend of mine, I said, yeah, that right there, you're thinking you're going to negotiate. It's not negotiable. This is nowhere negotiable. You'll have to pay it, and that's that. It's not negotiable. They're not asking you, well, how about you either pay it or you lose the property, even if you owe the bank. So here's the scary part. What I think is going to happen, not accusing the politicians or the bankers or Wall Street, but I think this is going to happen. I said to my friend, so here's what I forecast is going to happen. He was like, they can't do this because if that's the case, all those people are going to be moving out. More than likely, yes, indeed. The people will start moving out because they can't afford to pay it. Okay? So he's like, well, they can't. Then what's going to happen? No. Trust and believe. Money is always planning. And again, I'm not trying to throw shade. It's my opinion, or accuse the politicians or any of the hedge funds and all that. But let me tell you what I think is going to happen. This right here, I think you're seeing before your eyes is a wealth transfer. It's the wrong time. The economy is bad. Again, even if you own your condo, if you don't pay that assessment, you can say goodbye to your condo. Now, let's say a lot of people can't afford to pay it, and I've been hearing, like they got a whole condos are saying, guess what? Nobody can pay it. So you mean to tell me all those people will lose their homes? You're darn skippy. Now you're saying, well, that doesn't make any sense, because if those people lose their homes, then they're going to be at a loss. I don't think so. What do I think is going to happen? What I think is going to happen is this. I think if a lot of people cannot afford those condos, I think what's going to happen, they're going to all leave. When they leave, I think big money is going to swoop in and buy those condos for a whole lot less money. So my friend is like, that doesn't make any sense. Hold the phone. It does make sense. I think they're just taking your home from you. So if all those people, they can't afford and they move out, they lose the condos, you got a whole lot of empty condos. Yes, indeed you do. And I think that could be part of the plan. So then big money will swoop in and buy the condo. And then what will they do? Well, once you buy it, you own the land, the property, you can pretty much do what you want to do. What would be the most sensible thing to do? If you've bought a whole condo, the people can't afford the assessment, you may not keep it as a condo. What would be the smart thing to do? The smart thing to do would be this here. Change it from condos to apartments and then start leasing. And call it paranoia. I might be one of those things. Oh, that's a conspiracy theorist. Call it whatever you want. Big money is not making moves to lose money. Stop and think. If those people cannot afford the assessment, and it's obvious that they can't, what do you think is going to happen if they cannot afford those assessments? And it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure it out. I think people are going to be finding themselves moving out. And as those people are moving out, a lot of the condos aren't even selling, because guess what? People can't afford that assessment. That's why you're going to find a whole lot of condos available in the state of Florida. So once those folks move out, they can't afford it. Oh, well. Do not be surprised if big money moves in. And when big money moves in, they're not going to be paying for those places at the going rate. All they have to do is say, hey, we bought these condos. You know what? We're going to change these condos. Again, in my opinion, let's go ahead and change the condos to apartments. That way, no HOA, no assessment. That would be the quickest way to make some money on it. Unless you just want a whole lot of rich people. And you got more poor working class people than rich people. So that's what I think is happening. Basically, this right here is just destroying the fabric of your lives, where you live. Can you imagine? Take it away from you, and you have nothing. I've seen a lady, but I paid cash for my condo, $225,000. And you owe the HOA around $234. It was less than $300, and they took the condo legally. HOA. So basically, it's just this new law is going to just pretty much, I think, boot people out of their homes, and a whole lot of people cannot afford these assessments. When they can't afford them, what do you think is going to happen? They're not going to say, hey, these people are going to be homeless. We feel bad. No, I think big money going to swoop in and buy it, and then I think you can change it from condos. I mean, I would do if it were me. Which I wouldn't be that heartless, because I just could not do that. But if that was the case, what do? Change it from condo to an apartment and just start leasing. It's a stressful time, and people are losing their homes, and it's no joke. Middle class, some elderly people have put all their money into these properties. This is where we are. So yeah, what are they going to do? Oh, I have an idea. one thing to do. Get those folk up out of there. And big money swoop in and change things. Look at the collateral damage. And what can you do? The powers that be do not care. Anyway, let me know what you all think. This man doesn't have the $224K to pay. I guess he'll be getting out. And go where? And I believe he listed his condo for $499,000. Can't even give it away, that assessment. So basically, whatever money he paid for, you're just going to be walking away with nothing. At 79, what's he going to do? So yeah, I think it's a plan in place. And I think what the plan is, just take people's home and a land grab, and big money will just swoop in. So that's my take on it. Thanks for watching. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and share, and I'm out.